Dr. Doreen Grand-Pichet is the
Dr. Doreen is an expert in autism.
Doreen Grand-Pichet.
Dr. Grand-Pichet.
Dr. Doreen Grand-Pichet.
Dr. Doreen Grand-Pichet is a visionary in the field of autism. Now you can ask her questions on Ask Dr. Doreen. Okay, so I want to start with a question that came in yesterday on our live feature, by the way. Hi, I love your show. I'm from UK and currently hiring some psychology students to be trained by my BCBA and then work with my kid. What do you think the ideal candidate would be, and what do you look for during interviews?
Right, that's a great question. I think actually we used to have, I'm not sure if it's still on there, but we used to have a section on our website that kind of defined the ideal candidate. But I think what you're looking for is not so much their, I think, you know, we tend to look for too much in a person. And so I would say the things that are easier to teach, believe it or not, are just the therapy and how to do ABA and how to be a good therapist. Like the clinical portion is easy to do these days because we, for example, have produced Institutes for Behavior Training, IBT, where you can put someone on there and they can learn and they will get trained and really learn how to be a good therapist, right? So it's not about that the clinical knowledge, it's really, and you have a BCBA who's going to be training them as well, but I think it has to do with energy. So you want a person who has a lot of energy because I don't know your child's age, but you really have to have energy because you need to be able to run around and be fun and positive and energetic, rewarding, all of that. So energy is very important, and I think consistency is very important. So you really want someone dependable. You want to look for a history of someone who's been able to hold down a job, have good references, doesn't get sick often, doesn't cancel, because this is going to be someone you really depend on.
Yeah.
So you want them to really be there for your child and for you when you need them. And you know, as long as you have someone who's going to show up, is really responsible and has energy and just sort of interest in your child, you're good. The rest of the stuff you can teach.
I love that. You know, I used to say, because I never have hired therapists. I never had to. I got lucky that I got to come to CARD, and CARD sent the therapist to our door. And I met and worked with a lot of different therapists over the 5 years that my son was getting therapy. And one of the things that I noticed about the therapist that I really loved, the sort of running theme, it's you called it energy, but I said it's somebody who's passionate about something.
Yeah.
And that many times people came in and started doing therapy and they weren't passionate about psychology, they weren't passionate about autism, they weren't passionate about any of that, but they were passionate about other stuff. Like I can think of one person in particular who was all about music. Mm-hmm. Music was their passion. They were like so about music. And that, but I saw that passion is transferable.
Yeah, passion is so interesting.
And that when they saw your kid starting to learn, then they got passionate about teaching your child and having your kid learn things.
Right.
So I just in general like to be around, you know, we all have friends who are Eeyores, right? And I love an occasional Eeyore too.
Sure.
But to work with your kid, I like somebody passionate.
You need a Tigger.
Right. Exactly.
You need a Tigger.
Oh my goodness, that's it.
Very enthusiastic and kind of like energized, because like, you know, realistically it's a lot of demand. A good ABA program is like intensive tutoring for all day long. So you need someone who's going to be very like exciting and able to reward well and entertaining for your child.
Absolutely, a Tigger. That's wonderful. I love that. So hire a Tigger, and then you'll be in good shape.
Get them really well trained.
That's right. Get them really good trained, and your BCBA will be there to help you. But you can also subscribe to videos on IBT, help them to become a registered behavior technician, or at least get that coursework done.
Yeah,
it's
really
very inexpensive.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's just. And also, I mean, you know, I've been doing this for 100 years, but I can go back and always listen to IBT, and there's always some really good gem.
Yeah.
And the IBT videos are fantastic. Like, they get you thinking on topics separately in a way that you don't usually get in college.
Yeah.
So like, as a BCBA, you learn a lot of technical stuff. But the IBT videos, they give you all the technical stuff if you go into the, like, let's say RBT or BCAT portion. But they also give it to you in a very lay terminology if you go into the parent or teacher portion. So it's kind of, I think it's a good mix. You become much better rounded, well-rounded if you've listened to.
And of course, we keep referring to it as IBT. It's the Institute for Behavioral Training, and you go to ibehavioraltraining.com.
Right.
And having said that, we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to come back with more Ask Dr. Doreen here on Autism Live after these messages. Hey, thanks for watching Autism Live. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.